I'm a firm believer, and I've always been a firm believer, that everyone is on this earth and has this life for a specific reason. And that reason could be anything. I know what mine is. I know that I went through everything that I went through, and I was pulled so low and I was in such a dark position to turn me into who I am now, or who I'm becoming, because the job is certainly not done, but also to help other people. I know that now. I didn't know that when it was happening, but I do know that now. And it reinforced the idea that I already believed, that everyone is here for a reason. And if you can discover this reason, you have a fucking cheat code on everyone. Most people will live a life of distraction and noise and static in their mind, not really knowing why they're here or what they should be working towards, right? So the reason this has come about, I've just wrapped up a call with a client, and part of the private coaching, the one-to-one coaching that I do with the guys, is getting them to read or create and then read an alignment statement in the morning as part of the morning routine. And in short, the alignment statement is taking your bigger vision and picture for life, your dream of what you want life to be like, from the material things to your daily routine, to how many hours you work a day, to the type of girlfriend you have, the type of relationship you have with that girlfriend, your family, how you feel, how you deal with challenge, type of money you want to make, everything in very, very specific, clear detail, and aligning with it every morning so you know why you're working so hard and what you're working towards. And the other aspect is the manifestation, law of attraction, law of assumption, sitting in the feeling of already having achieved the thing that you're working towards now and embodying it, which is how manifestation works. You read the statement, you look at your vision board, and you embody the feeling of having achieved it now. That's how you attract it. You don't attract anything by reading or looking at a vision board. You have to embody the feeling. Now, this client was saying to me, I'm still not really getting it. I'm finding it hard to sit in the feeling of the alignment statement. I'm reading it, but I don't really embody the feeling. I don't really feel any different as I'm reading it. And I said, mate, this is normal, right? I'm planting a seed. That's what I'm doing. I always use this term. Anything when it comes to thoughts and beliefs, I like to think of it in terms of planting a seed. That seed may not sprout for months. That seed may not grow for years, but if I've planted the seed, then it will grow at some point. It will come about. And I wove into this the whole purpose and mission thing. It's like, if you know what your definite purpose is on this earth, you have a cheat code. You have a reason to wake up. You have a reason to put the work in when you don't feel like putting the work in. You have a reason to get outside of your comfort zone. There's things that I just don't miss on what I'm doing. I'm not saying that as like a big-headed thing. There's nothing I don't do because I don't feel like doing it. And that's my level of discipline, but that's also knowing my purpose and knowing what I want to get out of life. And these things, these internal things that you know and that you truly feel, they just turn you into a fucking different animal. And I want everyone to experience this. I want everyone to know what that feeling is like, because you can't describe it. It's priceless. It's absolutely priceless. It will make you a monster in a good way, a tamed monster, a controlled monster. Your purpose could be fucking anything, right? It doesn't have to be, people kind of either go down two routes when you're talking about this. They kind of go down more of a philosophical, I'm going to change the world, I'm here to heal the world kind of vibe, or they kind of think of it in a materialistic success, money, empire, business, entrepreneur. It doesn't have to be any of that. It could be you love nature. You fucking love. There is nothing you love more, in fact, than getting out and being in nature and going on hikes and looking at rivers. But right now, you're working some job where you're in a fucking cubicle, a depressing office block, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and you know that it just doesn't feel right. How do you turn what your purpose is or what brings you the most joy, which is being in nature, into something that makes you money? Well, that's going to be a long way off. But again, we're planting the seed. I could get up super fucking early every day to go and do this. I absolutely love this thing. Your purpose may be that. Your purpose may be to just spend as much of your life in nature as you possibly can. Or become the next David Attenborough, right? Because we need one. When that guy goes, I don't think there's ever been a bigger void. But you need to figure this out. Now, it will come to some people far easier than it will come to others. And it didn't come to me easy. I had to go through a lot of shit. But it's come to me at an early point in life. And it kind of found me by the life path that I was forced down without understanding it was the best thing for me. I thought it was the worst thing for me. It was the best thing for me because it's led to this. You just need time and you need awareness and you need the seed planted within you. And if you've watched this video, then consider this the official planting of the seed. The initial idea that you're built for more than what you're currently experiencing. Life is not about being stuck in the system of going and working some bullshit job, being underpaid and undervalued, to just maybe have a couple of days off a weekend and maybe be allowed 28 days off a year to go and spend the money that you do have on a holiday getting fucking levered for 7 days just to escape, coming back. This is not what life's about, right? We've coded this into the game. Modern society has coded this into the game. For most of human history, this way of living has not been a thing. And I'm not saying I would go back to Neanderthal days and be a caveman and be hunting my food, but like there was at least the purpose was survival. These people had a purpose. We now have free will. We have the ability. I'm lucky to be able to say my purpose is to run this online fitness coaching and mindset business and to help other people by using social media. How lucky am I? How fucking crazy is this situation that we find ourselves in now, But that's even more reason to find it. Once you find it, it's the strongest pull that you can ever think of. And when you have a strong pull, you don't need to rely on push. Some days I need to push. Some days I don't feel like doing what I need to do. But when you have such a strong pull, something pulling you forward, something pulling me forward is effortless. I don't really have to drive it forward. Excuse me. I don't really have to drive it forward. I'm being pulled. It's powerful. And then my energy and my attention, my focus is now conserved for the things that I really do need to focus on. And that's just something that I'm very keen on getting across. I get it across to my clients all the time. Like that's why the alignment is part of it. But it's something that it's something I need to be talking about more. It's something I need to be putting out on social more. So that is the seed planted in you. You may not figure it out for months. You may not figure it out for years. You may get 10 or 15 years down the line before you find out what that purpose is. But enjoy the journey up until that point. But now you have the awareness that this is what the human experience is about. And at some point, it's going to click and a light bulb is going to go off in your head. And you're going to go, this is why I'm here. Once you get that, your life will be full of contentment and satisfaction. And you can ride out any fucking challenge and any bit of adversity. Purpose is the key to life.